we're going to our favorite store, Inagaya. Well, it's not our favorite store, it's our only choice where we live. What's inside? You can't really tell, actually. Or you kind of can, yeah. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I guess like I'm trying to do I guess like a few days in our life here in Japan for people to see what it's like living internationally, or living in Tokyo, and hopefully I can capture that. But there's so much more that goes into living in Tokyo, like riding the trains, the challenges you face, having to learn another language. It's one of the most complicated languages in the world, and the cultural differences. I'm not sure if I can capture all of that on video. I'm laughing because my cat stole my pajama pants and he's like going at it. He does it a lot, actually. It's pretty bad. Like he steals my underwear, my pants, and he does that. I don't know what to think about it. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm trying to capture our lives here in Japan, what it's been like, and what we do on a daily basis. I think our life is a little bit more, it might be a little different from everyone else's because I work from home and I don't work for a Japanese company anymore. Excuse you, he just coughed. But Sean started working, and he works for a Japanese company, and it's really cool though. It's very chill. It's a boutique company, and yeah, like our lives are a little bit different from what a normal couple here in Japan would be like. But Sean just started working again after taking almost a year off of work because there's a thing in Japan, like work culture in Japan can be very toxic, and
it's very toxic, and it
can be very toxic, and
it can be depressing.
In Japan, like right now it's almost 9 p.m. and Sean just got back, and like in America I know most people have a 9-to-5 job, but in Japan you should expect most people, like, they don't see their spouse until like almost midnight because people work overtime and they don't get paid for it. So Sean leaves at like 7-10 in the morning, 7-ish, and he doesn't get home till like later. And for most Japanese people that's actually pretty good, that's normal. But like for Americans that might seem kind of shocking, but in Japan, like I've spoken to people who don't see their spouse for like 2 weeks, and that's normal. Like they'll say like, oh yeah, I see my husband once every 2 weeks. Or I used to teach a Japanese professor in Niigata when I lived in the countryside in Japan, who would see his family once a month. Like he had his own apartment in Niigata and his family lived in Tokyo because that's where they were the most comfortable, and he would see his family like only once in a while, and that was completely normal, and it was totally like what it was acceptable for his family. And that happens a lot in Japan. Or like I know in Japan, like people sometimes the husband will like live in his own apartment separately from the wife, and they don't see each other a lot because in Japan it's more important to make a lot of money than spend time with your family. And for us as Americans living here, I mean, Sean grew up in the culture here, right? Like he kind of grew up in the culture, but for us as Americans, we understand that work-life balance is really important. And I don't know how Japanese people do it. Like I've also taught students who said that they like, I've taught like housewives who said that when their husband would come home like late at night, their kids sometimes would see them sleeping on the couch, and their kid wouldn't even know who that was. Like they wouldn't recognize that was their dad. Like they would just be like, who is that guy sleeping on the couch? And the mom would be like, that's your dad, you know? So yeah, that's life in Japan. And so before, when Sean wasn't working, we would spend every day together. So this has been a huge adjustment, and it's been kind of a hard one, but also I think it's good for us because I think Sean's a lot happier now working, and you know, it helps to have extra income. But yeah, so that's been our life recently. This is like a huge change that we've been getting used to, adjusting to, and yeah, I just want to kind of capture what our life looks like for right now. So yeah, right now we're about to take Velvet out for a walk. We try to take her out twice a day, but sometimes we only take her out once a day, and we're just gonna get ready for bed, I guess, start winding down. So yeah, just getting Velvet ready. Oh, Velvet! She gets really nervous whenever she has to go out. Hold on. So exhibit A, our neighbor just got home from work, obviously, and it's like almost 9:30. Like, this is normal life.
Go to bed.
No, yeah, we don't know if they just came home from work. We don't know. I'm just saying it's very common in Japan to see people home on the trains, like getting home on the trains at like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 11:30 on the last train from work. Okay, that's something you see every day. And it's also for like, yeah, junior high school students will be on the trains at like 9 p.m. coming back from Juku or like after school or cram school or tutoring and stuff. So it's just in Japan, people work till late, they get up early, they spend most of their lives working. One of the benefits of walking at this time, I have to admit, is like there's no one around. Like, we live in a very like kind of suburby area, and there's not a lot of people around this late at night.
Yeah.
Which is super nice, because otherwise it's like, in Japan the roads are kind of more narrow and you don't have a lot of personal space, and especially if you're a foreigner, people kind of treat you like, they're very nice, but like they can stare, or they'll, I don't know. And then the other dogs may want to like greet Velvet, and she gets kind of intimidated, so this is the best outcome for us, I think. She's actually walking on my side, which is really rare.
Yeah.
She usually walks ahead of us. She's waiting. Okay, so we just got back from Velvet's walk. Now we're gonna get ready for bed. Sorry. We're gonna get ready for bed, take a bath and just spend time with God and do our devotional and oh, she stopped. I think she's camera shy. But yeah.
You know what camera is?
Yeah, that's it for today. Okay, so I just got done with work and I'm going to just hang some more laundry that I was doing earlier. And then do some chores around here, and I think we're gonna go to the grocery store and pick up some things we need, and I'll make dinner later. So yeah. And Sean's awake finally, even though it's his day off. He was sleeping in. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. How are you feeling?
I feel nice.
Do you really?
Finally get to have my gaming day.
I know, but you have to go grocery shopping, so it's interrupting it.
A little bit.
Oh well. Well, that's life.
Yeah, it's life, alright, especially in Japan.
Hold on. Hope it doesn't smell too much, otherwise I have to put Febreze all over it. It's so hot. It's like brutal right now. Do you feel how hot it is?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. It's just really hot sometimes. Here, let me spray some Febreze on it too while it's down. You can lay it down. He was like, what are you doing? Mimi's so cute. Look at her.
You know.
You're not looking at it. No, don't even think about it, Velvet.
No!
Okay, so we're about to head out now. I think we're just gonna take Velvet for a walk and then just put her in her little space, what is that called? Her space cage into the store. You guys can probably see it, but yeah, this is what I'm wearing because we're just going to the grocery store. And also it kind of hides our identity just in case we see neighbor. I'm just kidding.
No.
Come on. Here, come on. Come on.
It's waiting. Don't worry.
Okay. You have everything? That's Velvet's space helmet thing, space cage. We're one of those people. Actually, I saw people in when I lived in Tokusawa, like they had their cats in that, and I was like, when I have a pet one day, I want to do that because I think it's really cool. So yeah, Velvet is actually cooperating. Usually she tugs when we go for walks, but she's doing pretty well so far. She's waiting for you. Okay, so we're going to our favorite store, Inagaya. Well, it's not our favorite store, it's our only choice where we live here. What's inside? You can't really tell actually. Or you kind of can, yeah. $515. Velvet is really hanging in there. Oh, the ramen. You can't even tell. You really can't even tell that there's a dog in there.
Yeah. Okay, we go.
So just coming back from grocery shopping. I'm vlogging. We're coming back from grocery shopping, heading home. And I guess we're just gonna cook dinner, clean, and relax. So we just got home. Velvet didn't poop, but that's okay. And Ollie was waiting for us.
Mimi!
Are you hot, Velvet?
Find me.
Mimi. They have their food
She just
everywhere.
loves looking outside. Oh, someone's allergic to pollen. You okay?
Yep. And then there's Velvet. What are you eating? She has like one little tooth. Oh, she's
Doing
happy to be home.
space. Apple is planning a relocation of its London campus. There's a brand new US embassy nearby, and there's not one, but two new tube stations in the neighbourhood.
Our vision and the vision of our shareholders is going to be a new town centre for Wandsworth and also for London.
Used as a critical defence venue. The building's located at the corner of Queens Road Central and Bond Strand. It's in Sheung in central Hong Kong. It's an historic neighbourhood with a rich mix of density, of people of different cultures and different building types. The building dates from the 1960s. It's very typical of that era. It doesn't have an elevator. At that time, there was just a few punched windows. It was in a state of real disrepair. It was coming to what seemed like the end of its natural lifespan. We really saw an opportunity for adaptive reuse. That we create a modern one-bedroom apartment per level, so get 5 apartments, and then a really generous retail or F&B unit with a great relationship to the street.
Lovey, let's eat. Are you hungry?
One of the most densely populated places on the planet.
Sorry, but it's very light, neat, full of threads.
Up from the entrance on the 4th level is a personal space, a place where guests can sit.
Yes.
Oh, it's hot. I can't do it.
The house is surrounded by other properties and houses. There's the bright light coming from each direction. Every direction has its window and the white
Nice,
sort of
ginger ale.
captures and reflects.
What's mine?
So the staircase is right in the center of the building, and it's a spiral
You just took
staircase.
it out of your thinking stuff.
What are you talking about? You set the cup down.
The 5th level is the master bedroom. This is
Yeah.
where Asani and Pepper sleep. A creature who wants to control.
Father, bless us, dear Lord Father, please help us, Lord.
Once the glittering jewel in Britain's colonial crown, Hong Kong still dazzles.
Okay, so velvet 8.
Nope. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, well now I'm about to go to sleep. We just finished taking a bath and now I'm just relaxing. We spent time with God, we prayed, and yeah, it's not even like 10 p.m. but since we both wake up so early, like I wake up at 5, maybe sometimes earlier, I wanted to get in more sleep, more hours, and you know, just rest. And It takes me a while before I can fall asleep. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm in front of a computer all day or what. I heard there's something called blue light that kind of affects your sleep cycle. So it takes me like an hour or 2 hours sometimes just before I can fall asleep. So I'm trying to just hit the sack earlier. But tonight we're in our tatami room. I can't really show you what it looks like because it's super messy in here, but we sometimes sleep down here upstairs in our bed. But I feel more comfortable down here because it's a bigger room, and when we're in our bed, our animals are like, our cats are like walking around on our headboard, like pushing things down. It's a smaller room because most houses, their rooms in Japan are very small, and it's just, I feel more comfortable on tatami. It's weird, I don't know, you can kind of see some of it here, but yeah. And I like this room. I don't know if you guys can see the ceiling is cool. It's very much a tatami room. I heard that you can tell if a room is a tatami room if it has a low hanging light. If it's not like a normal like fluorescent light, like if it's a light like this where it comes out from the ceiling and it uses a drawstring, and then if it has something like a little place where people put decorative items. Here we have a cross because we use this sometimes for Bible study or for meetings, and we're Christian obviously, so yeah. But this is the room, love it. And our cat Mimi is like over here next to me. It's so much more comfortable because they can walk around in their space. They have their cat tree, they have so much space, and I can just be here, you know, relaxing by myself. And Sean's upstairs just, you know, getting in his own time before he has to go to sleep and go to work tomorrow. And I am using this face mask. It's Sika. It works really well. In Japan, once I came to Japan, I noticed that I started having skin issues. Like in America, my skin was great. I didn't have any pimples, any adult acne. It was smooth, my pores weren't really open, but in Japan that all changed, and it seemed to be that way for even my roommates and a lot of people who come to Japan from the States or the West. Like their skin struggles a lot, and I'm not sure why. It might be the diet, it might be that there's more sugary things here, but anyways, I started using this mask before I go to sleep, and it helps my skin look better. It's still not where I would like it to be, but yeah, I really like it. A little bit cold, but it's nice. So yeah, I put this on some other products too. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.